I'll just start out by saying I'm officially convinced that social is the way. Both Brandon and I have been wavering back and forth for years as to whether it's worth it or not. But again, I'm convinced and I'll show you why. So since starting on December 12th, this is when I first put down like, okay, I'm going to go all in on social. Followers start 3,181. Followers today, just over 11,000. So 11,300. So a gain of about 8,000 plus. So it's obviously not all about followers, but with followers comes the traction because obviously the more eyeballs you have, the more people that are watching your videos consistently, the more leads come in, the more relationships you build, and the more conversations you have. So from April 1st this year, what is that? 23 days, 24 mortgage leads and 27 cash damming leads. So a total of 51 leads for the month just from social media. And I haven't really been posting enough like on my stories consistently. I haven't been doing any like call to actions on stories. So I would imagine that would be even higher. But what I'm trying to do right now is just stay consistent with the videos. And these are all direct inbounds, like booked calls, people reaching out over DM to schedule a call. So that's been pretty cool, being able to leverage social with not much time invested in terms of recording videos. The most time I spend right now is managing my inbox through DMs, which is a good problem to have. With that, I've collected 316 emails since the start of April. So I'm tracking April here. I know I started in December, but April 1st is really the time when some of my videos started popping off and going viral. So that's why I started in April 1st here. But I mean, 316 emails for the month. I could only imagine if I keep doing this and growing the email database month over month, then yeah, it's just going to keep compounding. And some other benefits with this too. I'm not going to say that I'm never going to prospect new referral partners, but I don't really see the need to anymore because I've got my core group. I enjoy working with my core group of realtor partners. I'm finding a lot of them are reaching out for cash damming now and just to partner up because they see kind of the videos that I'm posting. So if I just double down on social, it kind of removes that whole element of needing to go out and do cold calling or cold DMs, trying to, do the whole realtor shtick. There's a brand created now, so it's a bit stickier for current clients going through the mortgage process. My goal is to have everyone that's in the mortgage process following me on socials so they can consume my content and see me on a regular basis. So I think that's going to make things a lot stickier. And I put singular focus here because for me now, like all I'm focusing on for the mortgage side of things is to just double down on social because I do see the power in it now. And it's kind of making it a bit more clear in terms of like, here's my one path. I'm not going to really go down this whole FA route, realtor route, database marketing. Like I don't have all these different angles that I'm trying to do now. It's just one thing, which is kind of nice and clarifying for me. So
Yeah, one of the benefits of this too is I'm still doing sort of the old school approach of realtor calls, realtor texts, hitting the road, meeting people in person, that sort of thing. So combined, we do get some of the advantage of going both ways here. So if you're doing this as an individual, what I would say is like you can totally do what Tom's doing if you prefer that and go deep on it because the results are there. You don't need to sustain two families. You only just need to sustain your own. So you can totally hone in and pick that one thing. You have to commit to it though. And so Tom commits to at least one video a day, and I check with him to make sure that's done. So if you're going to commit to something like that, I would suggest finding an accountability partner who might be doing the same and just saying, hey, shoot me a message, call me out if I miss something, and put something on the line there. So like say, hey, if I'm gonna miss my video, I have to give $50 to a political party I don't support, or I have to go add an extra 5K to my run, something like that. So put a little something on the line there so that you're accountable, but it's also a bit of a game between the two parties as well.
So two questions. Tom, what social media platform did you use? And then how did you increase your followers from 3,000 to whatever, 11,000 or whatever it is?
yeah, I should have mentioned that early on. This is Instagram specifically. I'm posting on TikTok as well, which TikTok's been great too for direct cash jamming leads, but I'm a big believer in Instagram for more of that community building aspect versus like TikTok. You don't have it as much, in my opinion. So these stats are specific to Instagram. Some of these leads do bleed into TikTok as well. But I'll just show you like the reason why I started getting all these followers was one video that started, this one here. This one was literally a high level overview of Manulife One, Power of the Paycheck strategy, but I didn't dive into it at all, like in terms of like details of how it works. I just said, hey, high level, if you got rid of your checking and your savings account and you attached a line of credit to your mortgage, you can shave off your mortgage in half the amount of time. And that one just like I did this off the cuff in my garage gym and I didn't really think it would go off, but it did. Yeah. So this one is at 259,000 views and I grabbed 3,000 followers just from this one video. And then it just started compounding because these people started watching my other content. Then a couple other videos started popping off. Like this one here, that's a debt swap one. This one is a cash jamming one. This one here, my most recent one, that one's popping off as well. So it's all like advanced mortgage strategy stuff that we're all trying to, not all of us, but that some of us are trying to push. Which is nice about that is that they're direct leads for these strategies. So hope that answers your question.
Actually, one more question too. You said you got a bunch of emails. How did you get the emails?
Yeah, so I wish I'd go back, but one of the videos, my call to action was comment cash below, and I'll send you some more information. And that was on cash damming. And I didn't think it would pop off, but it did. And I wish I had many chats set up because then I would have had the automated comment responses with the DMs. That one I had to manually comment and respond to people, and I still am, and it sucks. But obviously, I'm going to do it because I want the emails. So this one has 956 comments. So I've been manually responding to them and just DMing these people as well with a link to, it's kind of like a link tree resource, but you can house resources in there. So I send them to the link. They have to opt in with their email, and that will directly push them to a drip campaign that I have set up specific to cash damming. So that's where I'm getting all of the emails from. I'm still doing my 10 asks a day. And that's where I'll ask people over DM if they've asked me questions on anything mortgage related. I'll ask for their email.
Even when you're like showing things, you can see like 7 new followers come in and 3 more comments.
Oh yeah, I know. It's yeah. Every morning, Instagram's got a max. I don't know what it is. So every morning I wake up, it's like, oh, another 100 plus. Like fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tom's not doing heavily edited videos. Like a lot of these are just shot in his gym or like a picture of a notebook. And I think that's going to resonate more with people than like a super slick kind of fully edited video. Those look cool and they look amazing, but I know as like a consumer when I see it, I'm like, okay, this is like a little too shiny for me. Whereas the raw sort of stuff, it seems authentic and you resonate more with the people that ultimately are going to jive with your brand and you as an individual broker.
I just have a question for your podcast, right? How did you guys grow it fast and any hint?
The Commission Breath podcast? Yeah, so in terms of growth there, it's ultra niche. So it's like it's very specific to mortgage brokers and agents. So I think that's where a lot of the growth came from because it's like anyone who's in the industry could listen to it and find something relevant there. So I think that was super helpful for it. We tested doing a direct to consumer podcast as well. And we tried a few different ways, like for like entrepreneurs, we tried it for like investing. That one we got some leads, but where we found the struggle is like Commission Breath, we can always come up with new content because we're working on our mortgage broker, working in the mortgage brokerage. We're constantly like in this space day after day. So we're always getting content ideas. With the direct to consumer one, we felt like, all right, we had maybe like 15 good weeks. And then we're like, shit, what do we talk about? And then it sort of got fluffy and then we lost our passion for it because it wasn't true to us. So the podcast side of things, I think like you really have to pick something that you know you could talk about ad nauseum and like never get bored of. That's the challenge. And then in doing it, once you get to like that 50 to 100 episodes, you start to see the scale because people just add it to their regular rotation.
Yeah, and if you are going to do the podcast route, definitely post it on YouTube because with podcasts, the way you need to look at podcasts is it's more of like a nurturing thing versus something like YouTube. That's where you're going to get the eyeballs and have the reach come in. Podcast is not a good way to reach more people, to be quite honest. Like there's outliers, sure. But if you're going to do a podcast, do like an actual video podcast and post it on YouTube because that's where you'll get the eyeballs in. And then the podcast is where you nurture them.
For sure. And the other key piece is like early on, you can't just be on an island. You have to get on other podcasts because that's how people find out about yours who are already podcast listeners. If you try to just like push out a bunch of episodes, but you haven't been guest featured anywhere, it's very challenging to get that reach.
Tom, I have a couple questions for you. You mentioned the ManyChat. I know of it. I haven't used it. Is it a subscription that you did? Or are you just using some sort of free version? And then you have to pick ahead of time, I guess, the setup and predict which video is going to go viral?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can do it on any video. It doesn't have to be one that you think is going to go viral, because worst case is you spend 5 minutes setting it up, and if it doesn't go viral, it doesn't go viral. But there is a subscription to it. I don't know the cost. I think it's relatively cheap. And I feel like there might be a free version as well. It's something I'm going to be looking into this week, just because like if I'm going to do more call to actions with the comments, yeah, sitting there manually, it sucks because you gotta reply to it. You gotta send them a DM as well. So I've just been copying and pasting a script from my iPhone notes, and that was like the workaround. But the ManyChat's like you can go on YouTube and just type in ManyChat, and there's like so many training tutorials on how to use it, and it's pretty user friendly.
So you just probably moving forward, have it set up, take that extra few minutes for each and every video just in case. 'Cause it's hard to know what
Exactly.
flies.
Yeah. Because I think if you have it set up for one video, you can like duplicate it and then just change out the video URL and it should work.
The drip campaign, you just use broker mail?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. And then your cash damming leads. I'm just sort of curious, like what that looks like. Like, are you collecting numbers in the discovery call and then going back to them? Or like, what does that discovery call look like? Because that could be
Yeah.
a time consuming piece too.
This is what I'm trying to figure out. So now that I have the leads coming in, I need to figure out the whole like client journey with cash damming, because as you know, it's completely different than a standard mortgage journey. So as of right now, I'm doing the discovery call 15 to 20 minutes, just like a mortgage discovery call. If they have one rental, I'll already know some of the basic information from my Calendly. Like you guys can go check out my Calendly and just copy the questions that I ask. But I ask like amortization, primary mortgage lender, mortgage balance remaining, and amortization remaining. Those are like the main questions I ask. So I'll have that information up front before I hop on the call. So if they have one rental, I'll collect the information on the call and then I'll present it to them over video, over email as well, like a video Loom recording of the actual calculator and the benefits. If they have more than one rental, then I'll send them a data capture sheet that collects all of the information, because to get all that info over the phone, it's a lot. So first call is really just to establish rapport, answer any like objections or any questions they have on cash damming. And I like to present the numbers after, take a bit of time to go through it. This is new for me because all the discovery calls started flowing in specifically this week. So my day's full of like 8 to 9 calls yesterday, today, and then I've got them lined up after I come back from vacation next week. So I'll give you guys updates as to like how that client journey is going and how many I end up closing from it.
I have an intake form already created that has other things on it that I'm happy to share if it's helpful. Like it was asking things on like your accountant's thing. It's got like the whole, how many properties, right through your condo fees, your property, your maturity and all that kind of stuff, all the necessary input stuff. And then I also have in there, again, like who are your key partners, your accountant and all that kind of fun stuff, just to make sure
I
that
would
I
love
have that.
I would love that if you're okay to share that.
Yeah. It took a while to put together, but if that helps you, because it sounds like you've got like discovery calls coming at your wazoo, and I know what it's like to do with one thing and then not have time to do the next step.
There's always a problem, right? Always a problem to face or fix in your business. And are you doing like the 2-step close, or are you doing like one upfront call and then you're presenting them and saying, hey, here's what it looks like, confirm if you want to proceed?
Yeah. So with the initial email, it's like, we'd really love to be efficient. So fill out this complete data form, because I don't want to waste anybody's time either. Like if they have no primary mortgage, for example, like that's just a waste of everybody's time. So we collect the data up first. And I also don't allow them to book within 48 hours, because I want to be able to run those numbers, make sure that I have a full presentation specific to them at the discovery call. I've got the numbers all prepared, ready to go, and then give them the sales pitch at the end. And
okay. So you're collecting the data before the discovery call.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's cool.
Yeah. I do that too, even on my mortgage side. Like I prefer to have a mortgage application completed. And I know this is like contrary to what most people are doing, but I'd rather have the application completed up front so I know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, it's just too much back and forth to me.
Yeah. I think that's really important with cash statement too. Are you doing consulting fees or just mortgage?
So me, myself, I am not doing the consulting piece. My husband's working with me, so he's going to be the consultant. So I have a separate business that I've created
Nice.
for a consultant.
That's cool.
And if there's a mortgage in place, then I become the go-to. Or, I mean, they can also, because we've got that, if they already have an existing mortgage broker, he's happy to just to teach that mortgage broker as well, sort of like,
Yeah. And then at least you're
how to
getting
put
a
it together.
consulting fee and making sure
Yeah.
they have the right setup. I like that. That's cool. We'll chat more about this. I love talking about it. So
Continue to do deep dives on this and getting some more lenders in and getting really granular on implementations and strategies around this. So we'll continue to book those as well.